I've been quiet lately. I've been trying to complete my website, keep up with my full time job, finish my first pet portrait commission, and prepare for an upcoming exhibit next month. This week, I'll finally be dropping off the artworks. On top of painting the pieces themselves, I have also been photographing them, uploading them to my website, designing pages, learning SEO, and trying to get everything ready behind the scenes. At the same time, I've been making sure I get enough sleep because sleep is honestly the source of my energy. When I don't get enough rest, I struggle to complete tasks and it affects my creativity. I also want to make sure I spend quality time with my birds and my husband. So, I intentionally stepped away from social media for a while. I understand the importance of being consistent, posting updates, sharing teasers, and staying visible online. I have a lot to catch up on. But I also understand that my main priority is making art. Everything else comes second. Without quality art, there's nothing to sell, nothing to promote, nothing to post, and nothing to create content about. Given my situation with a full-time job and an art business I'm building from the ground up, I have to be strategic about how I spend my time. I only have a limited amount of energy each day, and not every day I feel 100% physically. But I told myself that giving up is not an option. Whenever something feels difficult, my first instinct is not to quit. My first instinct is to get creative. How can I solve this? How can I make this easier? How can I make this more enjoyable so it's sustainable? I'm fortunate to have a husband who constantly reminds me not to stop. He often says that many people creating beautiful things quit because growth feels too slow. They stop right before things begin to compound. He reminds me to keep going, to treat this journey like an extension of myself, like a diary, without pressure to reach a huge audience. Just create, enjoy it, and don't back out. During these quiet weeks, I've learned a lot. Don't wait until you're ready. I've realized that sometimes we don't become ready before we start. We become ready because we start. If I waited until I had 50 paintings completed or a perfectly polished website with originals, prints, print-on-demand products, SEO, marketing, social media, and every single detail figured out, I would never begin. There will always be something else to learn. I'm learning to be more graceful with myself, to take small steps, to accept that I'm still learning and probably always will be. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. Building a website is never truly finished. Growing a business is never truly finished. If it stops evolving, it stops growing. I'd rather start now, learn along the way, and improve as I go. The same applies to art. There are infinite ways a painting could be improved, infinite possibilities, infinite versions. But if I spend all my time chasing the perfect version, I might end up creating nothing at all. So I've learned to create the best version I can with who I am today, to allow myself to make the artwork, to allow people to see my progress, to let them see year one, year two, year three, to let them see the first version of my website and the version 6 months later, to let them watch my early vlogs where I sounded awkward and uncertain, and maybe one day they'll watch a newer vlog and realize how much I've grown. For me, there's no better teacher than actually doing the work, making mistakes, learning from them, trying again. In a world where everything feels curated and polished, especially with technology and AI becoming more common, I find myself craving something more human, something imperfect, authentic, awkward, fun, relatable. I think many people feel the same. We don't always need perfection. We need connection. We need support. We need belonging. We need self expression. Whenever I start feeling overwhelmed by everything there is still left to learn, I come back to this lesson. Start before you're ready. Learn to reframe things. People often say mindset is everything. It sounds cliche, but I've found that it's true. Having a full time job while building an art business can feel exhausting if I constantly focus on how difficult it is. So I've learned to look at it differently. My full time job is currently my main source of income. It supports what I'm building. Because of it, I have stability. Because of it, I don't have to make desperate decisions with my art. I don't have to create solely for sales. I can focus on learning, improving, and expressing myself. And strangely enough, I've also started viewing my full time job as a form of rest. That probably sounds backwards. But when I'm at work, I'm not thinking about SEO, website updates, unfinished paintings, or content creation. I'm fully present in a different environment. I work as a restaurant duty manager. It's fast paced and physical, but it doesn't demand the same creative energy that my art business does. It exercises a different part of me. At the end of a shift, I might be physically tired, but that's a different kind of tired. Physical exhaustion can often be recovered with sleep, rest, coffee, or spending time with people and pets you love. Sometimes, when the restaurant gets busy, I imagine that the customers are simply guests visiting my home. I'm just taking care of them, helping them enjoy their experience. Even the cleaning becomes a little form of exercise. That simple shift in mindset changes everything. Then, when I come home and work on my art business, my body gets to rest while creativity gets to work. Painting, filming, writing, designing, storytelling, creating. Those things bring me joy. Of course, I still have to be careful. I don't want something I love to become something I resent. I know that launching a website means taking this seriously. I know it requires discipline, consistency, and hard work. I've always loved the idea of a gentle lifestyle, but building something meaningful isn't always gentle. Sometimes it requires toughness, sometimes it requires discipline. The challenge is learning how to work hard without losing the joy that made you start in the first place. Look back as much as you look forward. When we're building something, we're constantly looking ahead. The next project, the next release, the next event, the next goal, the next year. And that's important. But I've learned that looking back is equally important. As someone who's just starting out, I don't have decades of experience to reflect on, but I still make time to pause. What worked? What didn't? What should I continue doing? What should I stop doing? What haven't I tried yet? These quiet moments matter. They give me space to process everything, to step back, to reflect, to make sure I'm moving in a direction that aligns with my values, not just with my goals, my values. Because success means very little if you lose yourself in the process. These lessons will probably continue to evolve as I do, and I know one thing for certain: I'm not stopping. For a long time, I thought success meant climbing the corporate ladder, becoming a director, holding a high ranking position, building a career that looked impressive on paper. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that path, but now I'm asking myself a different question. Is it selfish to build something for myself? To pour my skills, creativity, experience, and energy into something that belongs to me? To create something that reflects who I am? After working in corporate environments for more than a decade, I've learned valuable lessons and developed skills that help businesses and communities grow. Now, I want to use those same skills to grow something of my own. And unlike many of my previous roles, art allows me to show up as myself. I don't have to play a part, I don't have to fit into a mold. Art feels like home. It's where I can express my thoughts, my style, my values, and my perspective. When I think about this website, my paintings, my collections, and this little online shop I'm building, I realize something. This is already the dream. It's just a dream that needs watering, a dream that needs patience, a dream that needs care. My biggest regret would be never trying at all. Not because I failed, but because I was too afraid to begin. Today, we have access to so much knowledge, so many tools, and so many opportunities to learn, more than ever before. Often, the biggest thing standing in our way is ourselves. That's why I choose to surround myself with supportive people, to trust both my heart and my mind, to keep learning, to keep creating, and to keep going. Because we only get one life, and I want to see where this journey takes me.